Hi guys, so today's video is a big one. So I have finished uni. 4 whole years of uni completed. Completed it, mate, as if Jay from the Inbetweeners would say. Yes, I had to put that quote in there. So yeah, done and dusted now. I'm just waiting for my results and then to graduate, which unfortunately has been postponed till next year. Great. But yeah, so I've done 4 years. I started off on foundation years. So I studied at Solent in Southampton. So I started off on foundation year for, I don't actually know what it was called. It was to do with sport, event, tourism, those kind of things. Because when you're on foundation year, they plonk you with other people from different courses, so you kind of have lessons that link to what you want to do. You also have random lessons that aren't really linked to what you need to do. So, but yeah, I did that, passed that, got full marks. I then went on to my full degree, so I started fitness management and personal training. So I did that for the first term of first year, and then changed over to fitness and personal training. So I went from a BA to a BSc, and I've spent the last I suppose 2.5 years on the fitness and personal training, but the last 4 years at the uni. So yeah, it's quite sad that it's finished. I've actually really enjoyed my uni life. I mean, first year was quite challenging. Second year was, but in different ways. Third year, not gonna lie, was actually the easiest year to some extent. You know, if you're not counting a global pandemic, but I will get onto that in a minute. So yeah, uni life. I mean, uni's not for everyone. When I was younger, my exact words were, I never want to go to uni. I don't know why people would want to pay to go back to school. But then when I was younger, me and school didn't really, like, I went to school, left it, you know, at year 11 like you do, but it was never, I never got on with school. So, but then I decided, moved out of home, went back to college to do something different, met some amazing people and lived sort of uni life like that, and then applied to uni not thinking I'd get in, and then got in. So yeah, so I've handed in my dissertation, handed in everything else, which was good. Dissertation I was so worried for, but in the end I actually found it the easiest thing. But each to their own. But I don't know, I suppose I was quite smart in some sense. Like, everyone was picking things where you'd actually, you know, need to test a muscle group or connect people to certain things, and it heavily focused on people turning up and, you know, needing to be hooked up to some machine or to test something, where mine, I still needed people, but it was mainly to fill out, at first it was going to be a questionnaire, but then it was to fill out and answer some questions that I had and looking at some imagery. So I still needed people, but it wasn't as, you know, it's just 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes compared to an hour of someone's time. That's one thing I would say. If you're going to uni or you need people, or, you know, you've got to do some kind of project, it's all well for people to say, oh, you know, do something where you need people, but, or people will be willing to help until they find out they actually need to take, you know, time out of their day to help you, then no one's interested. Because people are like that. Like, they'll want to help someone until they have to spend hours of their time with that person. But as soon as they need help, you know, it's just people, uni. But yeah, so lockdown, that, as it would for many people, have affected uni quite a bit. I mean, most of us were waiting for the uni to shut, to be honest. And then when it actually did, I think everyone was sort of a bit like, shit, what are we meant to do now? I did have maybe 3 or 4 assignments left to do, but I mean, like, this is the one time it actually came into my favour, because I'm always the kind of person who, as soon as we get an assignment, I want to get straight onto it. Even if we've not really learned half of the stuff for it yet, I want to get straight onto it. And so I'll get that step ahead, and then I'll think I'm really behind, so I'll just, smash my way through it. So that worked in this sense, because I had done most of my uni work. It was just these final 2 or 4 or however many, and a few videos. And then lockdown happened, and I don't know, I was quite sad at first because, well, I had previously been ill. Don't know if it was COVID, have no idea. Like, I did have, a cough and wasn't well at all, but never got tested because it wasn't around then. Like, this was right at the start. And then obviously not being at uni for a week, then was really looking forward to going back, because I actually really like uni, and then it was closed. So I spent about the first 2 weeks or so not doing anything. Like, I did a few workouts, I just watched TV, I ate a variety of foods, I don't know, I used that time just to have a relax. And then I made myself get on with work, because how I saw it was, hopefully we're not going to have this again. So we may as well make the most of this time and get what we can done, seeing as we have all the time in the world and we can't go anywhere. So I smashed everything out to the point where, most of our work had 2 weeks to a month extension, which is rightly so. But I still worked to the original deadline, so then that gave me more time. So if I had to, because I got people check my grammar and things to give me more time, which worked in my favour a lot. So lockdown has affected uni in the sense of, it would have been nice to sort of finish the year with all my friends. And, this was something we'd all been working for, we'd all been helping each other and got really close, and to not even get to finish the year with each other, it was a bit of a bummer, really. And then because of lockdown, our results have now been moved from August to September or October sometime. They just said autumn, but they don't know when. And then our graduation, which was meant to be in July, has now been postponed till sometime next year, when graduation was the one thing keeping us all going. So that's a bit crap. But I'm hoping that, next year they'll remember that we still need to graduate, and we'll do that, because if we miss out on our graduation completely, I'll have many, many words to say. But yeah, and then obviously lockdown's affected everyone in many ways. But yeah, I managed to get uni work done, and then unfortunately about a month ago my dad died. Luckily I got most of my uni work done, so I didn't have to try and do that on top of everything. So it's just my dissertation I had to finish, and that was just rewording a couple of bits in it. So I'm glad I got everything done so that I wouldn't have that to do on top of everything currently. So I would say lockdown's affected that aspect, in the sense of, he didn't go due to COVID, it was something completely different, but I'm not going to go into that. But COVID has affected, you can't really, have normal services of things. You can't do things that you normally would. So that makes it 10 times harder, what you're currently going through. So that was sad as well. And as well, the circumstance of it, and finishing uni without him there. I'm not going to go into any more of that because, but so now I've finished uni. I'm trying to think now. I've applied to do a master's in physiotherapy because that's something I really want to go into. I'm just waiting. Basically, I'm waiting to hear back now. So hopefully I'll hear back soon, like we're meant to, but hopefully we will. I had applied at other places, possibly do undergraduates in it, which I didn't get in, so hoping to do a master's in it. If not, I'm going to apply next year and look for a job in between, as well as plan on, you know, moving house and everything. But we're locked. That's another thing, lockdown is, it's hard to put plans into place now as it would be for loads of other uni students, because it's so uncertain of what you can do, what you can't, that it's even hard to make any plans or to get, to go forward. Where at least if I was at uni still, like in first or second year, at least I'd have the next year. So I'd have, it'd be certain what I'm doing. I'd be going back to uni. So that's a bit weird right now, trying to plan but not plan what you're going to do. And it's all waiting on people and waiting on things, which, even though, it's good, it makes it a bit harder because you can't try and put things in place because you've not heard back from it. It's just frustrating. And even though, I don't know, I've quite liked lockdown in the sense of I've kind of seen it as a holiday. Like, I've enjoyed just staying at home, like not having uni as well. I don't know, I love them both, but it's been nice to have that break. But I'm still trying to, get back into a routine, get a bit more consistent with things and get back into my normal bit. But obviously at the moment, with things I said previously, it's quite hard to do that because not only do you have lockdown, but grieving and just trying to have, get back to normality, whatever that will be. So it's tricky to sort of try and keep on track. Obviously, I'm still doing what I can and still taking each day as it comes and doing bits, but it's hard to sort of know what I plan on doing next. Like, I have these plans, I have these ideas, it's just how they're going to work, especially as the world's changed so much recently. But we'll just have to see. But yeah, let me know what your plans are and how you're going to do them, or try and do them with lockdown.